In this video, I am going to tell you exactly how my spirit babies led me to my mission so that I could serve the people that God wants me to serve and actually opened up the portal for divine inheritance to come through. That was always my birthright. This is something that I want for you too. If you're someone who has been struggling to conceive, who has been also trying to build a business, trying to build a legacy, and kind of just throwing spaghetti at the wall, this video is for you, and you should stay until the very end because I'm going to give you some really, really tangible tips to move forward in your conception journey and also in your mission work. The thing about mission work and the conception journey, specifically around spirit babies, is that they are one and the same thing. The reason why is because God is forging you to become the woman who can receive the spirit baby. In order to do that, you must get on your unique mission. Every single woman, every single person on this planet was given a unique assignment when they came to Earth. And the assignment always has to do with service. When you have a desire from God, which literally means from God, desire are Latin roots of and father, so of the Father, and you want something, right? Then you must deserve it. What does the word deserve mean? It is made up of the words de and serve. So you have to be of service to receive what you desire. What you desire was placed on your heart by God. It was not yours. You did not make it up. Everything that you have wanted up until this point has been God giving you little breadcrumbs of you needing to get on your mission. The baby that you want is also part of that mission. So when you're ready to actually receive what you want, then you must be of service. You need to get on your mission by being of service to people through looking at what your life has entailed up until this point. How to take care of some toddlers. My service came through motherhood, so I knew my mission had to do with motherhood. As soon as I started moving through the rites of passage that motherhood pushed into my life by being single and pregnant, during the pandemic and everything was locked down and having to make choices on my own and really starting to come into sovereignty in my own right, and then choosing to have a free birth with my second son and being pushed by God into having no other choice but to free birth, because I ended up free birthing in rural Tennessee after a 3-day road trip from Texas to Tennessee because I was 39 weeks pregnant, to then getting pregnant with my daughter, who was the first spirit baby that ever visited me before I ever wanted kids, and birthing my business. I ended up having a completely pain-free, orgasmic-free birth with her, and she came out frank breech. And so all of these things started to put together in a way where I was like, oh, I think I'm supposed to help women move through motherhood in a completely different way, starting from conception. And so I started to talk more about conception, how spirit babies come to you and they start to push you on your mission. I realized this through my own life, and then I started to help other women to try to get pregnant, and it just kept happening with 100% success. We targeted their physical aspect, their emotional aspect, and their energetic aspects, and started to get everything into alignment. Once everything started to align, kind of like whenever you hit the first domino, it all just fell into place, just as the baby fell into place in their womb. So if you're trying to conceive, then you must know that it is a multi-level alignment. You have to physically, emotionally, and energetically be aligned. This is what I call having a clear channel. When your channel is super clear, then you are able to have the ability to conceive very, 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 very quickly. And when you conceive very quickly, it's because you're on your mission. And when you're on your mission, it's because God feels good about giving you the child, because he can trust that you're going to take care of them in the way that he needs you to take care of them, and to be the mother that he needs you to be, so that they get on their mission quicker. The New Earth children are being pushed through right now. There's a big transformation in the energy of the world in 2027. So we're doing, like, there's a big buildup into how the world is going to shift in energy dynamics. Right now, there's a lot of masculine, very heavy, very nefarious energy. And because God is who he is, he's trying to do a cleanup of all of that. The only way to do that is to start pushing through New Earth leaders. But he can't just give you what you want. You have to deserve what you want. This doesn't mean that you don't deserve it because you're not worthy. It's not about worthiness. It's about, are you being of service? Are you serving the world in the way that he needs you to serve? Because if you are a woman who is of service in the way that you're supposed to serve, then he knows that your children will be in good hands. His children will be in good hands. This is why I know God gave me the children that I have. They all have a specific mission in my life, and I can see it whenever I can kind of melt it down into what they're really good at. I can see that what they're really good at also helps me and helps the world. Like, my first son is amazing with animals. He has this intrinsic ability to communicate with animals and to be very social with other people and to really bring people together. And my second son, he is very satisfied to do multiple different projects. He likes to break things apart right now because he's 3 years old and it drives me crazy. But I know that he likes to destroy things so that he can build and create things as well. He is very much a creator. My daughter is a fiery little manifester, fiery little quadruple Scorpio, and she is the glue to our family. She brings fire, heat, and also warmth and nurturing to every single person in our family. All of my babies have a very specific mission, and God only gave those children to me because he knew that I was going to become the woman I am today. He knew that I was already on that path. He knew that even though I had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations, and that I felt, that it was really hard at the time, he saw that I was willing to do the work to alchemize it, to turn it, my story, into my message, to turn my mess into my message. And that is exactly what I've done. I have studied myself over and over and over again. I've studied my astrology. I've studied my human design. I have spent a decade learning about who I am, my experiences, why they're significant, why everything has happened for me. And so it made it very clear over time what my mission is. And this is why I have a very, very strong gift about seeing somebody else's life experience, asking them very pointed questions, and seeing exactly what their mission is. And when women step into their mission, they take the first step, everything in their life transforms. This is the quantum leap that people in the manifestation world talk about. They step into their mission, and then everything else aligns. The baby comes, the money comes, the opportunities comes, the dream life comes. And it is because they start to move in the direction that God intended for them to move. What happens is this slipstream effect. If you're just pushing because you desire money, you desire this baby, you desire a certain way that your life looks, you're pushing against the current. But the way that water works, if you push against the flow, you'll drown. You have a high chance of drowning. I know this from experience. What you need to do when you are in a very, very high current of water is relax. You let the flow take you. And when you are allowing the flow to take you, you will eventually come up. If you can trust that God has got you, you will come up. This is exactly the way of the mission work. This is exactly how you get your baby. If you can trust that God has got you, that you just put all of your focus into surrendering into the mission that everything in your life has happened for you, you will meet your baby. You will have the money. You will be the woman that God needs you to be to steward New Earth leaders. This is the work that I do, and I am so passionate about it. So passionate about it. And there is no compartmentalizing between who I am as a mother and who I am as someone who helps lead other women. What I do in motherhood is what I do in my business as well. The people that I serve, I teach them from my lived experience. I share my lived experience. I don't think I'm a leader, but I do lead myself. I walk shoulder to shoulder with the women that I help. And that is how I am of service. When somebody is stuck in the mud, I let them hold onto my arm and I pull them out. This is how work feels like to work with me. And this is why 100% of the women who have worked with me one-on-one have successfully conceived their spirit babies, because it is not just physical. It is an energetic, vibrational match. And when you are ready to become the vibrational match to your divine inheritance that God wants to give you, He's just waiting for you to have the capacity for the responsibility that it requires to have this baby. When you're ready for that, that's when you jump in to work with me. The one thing I want to leave you with, I want to know in the comments, what is it that you desire the most, and how have you been of service? And in that answer, you will find your mission. So go ahead and comment below what it is that you desire the most, and what have you been doing to be of service to the world. When your desire and your deserving connect, you will meet your baby, and you will be on your mission, and you will leave a legacy of New Earth leaders that are on their mission. This is so much bigger than you. It's always going to be so much bigger than you. That is why when you release and surrender into God's leadership, and you just become a faithful servant who is obedient to the breadcrumbs that He's been giving you the whole way, your life will change miraculously. This is the frequency of miracles. This is how healing happens. Everything in your life will transform. So, I will see you in another video. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit like and follow me for more. And if this video served you in any way, please share it with somebody who feels that they need this message today. Lots of love.